today's video, I'm going to show you another Halloween design from my 31 Days of Halloween, and this one is the candy corn themed design, and this is 4D, and it has a little slider mechanism underneath the bottom half of the candy corn, and so you can move the bottom half up and down a little bit, and it looks like the little candy corn is yelling at you, like he's a little bit angry or evil, yet still very cute. I hope you guys like this design as much as I do, and don't forget to check out Helen's design, which is a little candy corn that has a bite taken out of it, and it's got some tears, so it's very sad. But I hope you guys like this, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future Halloween designs as well. I'm going to begin with an overlay of one of my favorite colors of acrylic, and this one is a sparkly black. And if you are curious, I do have a video of actually making this glitter mix that's the sparkly black, because it is one that I mixed myself. So if you love it as much as I do and you want to see my ratios and all that jazz, I can put a link to that in the description box below. And now I'm going to encapsulate this nail with a layer of clear acrylic. Whenever I use that glittery black, I want to keep it kind of thin so it does show that glitter through nicely and doesn't get to be too solid black looking. And then I'm going to file this nail into shape with my e-file, starting out with a coarse bit and then moving on to a finer bit, just to make sure that it is nice and smooth and perfect everywhere. And now in a nail form backing, I'm going to very quickly in one bead sculpt my candy corn. So I'm just using white because, like I said, one bead. You want to do this all at once. So then I'm going to tuck it in on the sides and get myself that really nice soft triangle shape of your classic candy corn. And then I'm going to dip a craft knife, just like an X-Acto knife or something like that, into some clear acrylic, just the powder, and I'm going to use that to carve a zigzag right across the point where the candy corn switches from the orange color to yellow. So just right across the front there, and carve out that little zigzag evil looking mouth. And even though it may still seem like it's solidly attached, after the acrylic is fully cured, you can wiggle it back and forth a little bit and then it'll pop apart. And so then after that, I'm going to take a hand file and I'm going to clean up those lines because they looked a little bit, not as sharp and crisp as I would like them to be. So I did that with the first one, and then I'm going to take that hand file again and do that with the second one, just to smooth out the edges. Everything with that candy corn in the beginning had to be done super quickly, and that does not give you the nicest edges. I also took a little manicure scissors to kind of carve out some spots if I needed to. And now I'm going to glue the upper piece of the candy corn to the nail. So just a little bit of nail glue, set that down, press it on, make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to brush just a little bit of solid black acrylic underneath where the mouth is, so that when the mouth is open, you can't see any glitter behind it. That's just personal preference. If you want the glitter to show, no problem, just skip that step. Or you could also paint it if you'd rather use paint instead of acrylic. I just had acrylic out, so I thought I'd use that. So now I'm going to carve a long oval from basically all the way up to that edge of where the candy corn top is, and then as close to the free edge as possible. So a really nice long piece. Hold your bottom of your candy corn up to that, and then mark through the hole on the underside of the nail to the lower part of the candy corn. And then on that polka dot, you're going to glue a bead. So this is all a process to make sure it lines up properly. So then glue that bead to the lower jaw of your candy corn and secure it with some clear acrylic. If you don't secure this bead with something, it is going to pop off. It's just a law of nature. So make sure that you really secure that bead, and then place that bead, or place the candy corn bottom back on the nail so the bead comes through the oval that's carved in the hole, and then string a bead or a piece of wire through the bead on the underside so that the edges of the wire are on the bottom side or the underside of the nail. And then you're going to just secure that down with a little bit of nail glue, cut off any extra wire if some is sticking off the edge like mine was, and then apply some clear acrylic over the ends of the wire. So all of this it's actually a really quick process to do, but there's just a lot of steps. So now back to my nail form backing, I'm going to I'm going to sculpt my arms and my legs. So my arms are going to be orange, and I'll sculpt those in a moment. And these little legs that I'm working on right now are going to be done with yellow acrylic. And if you're wondering, why didn't I sculpt my candy corn with orange and yellow, and instead of just using all white like I did, if you do that, you might not be able to get that smile carved in as well, because the acrylic is going to be curing at different rates, because just the different beads, your ratios may be off ever so slightly, even if you don't think they are, or just the timing of it can make it so that they don't carve, or I keep saying carve, they don't set up quite as quickly as the other one or something. So you just do all in one bead and then paint it. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to glue my arms in place. You want the arms to be on the stationary part of your candy corn. So glue those above the evil smile. Make sure that those are nicely attached, and then glue your little legs to the mobile part of your candy corn. So when you're gluing those down, make sure that you don't accidentally glue them to the nail itself and make that mobile part immobile, because that would be very upsetting. And then I'm going to really secure those arms and legs with some clear acrylic. They're super thin, so they're very fragile. So just make sure that you add some reinforcements on them. Now with acrylic paint, I'm going to be going ahead and making the orange part of my candy corn orange and the yellow part of my candy corn yellow. I'm also going to take that acrylic paint and apply it over my arms and over the legs so that the oranges and the yellows match, because otherwise they're just not quite right. I'm going to paint the yellow down below over the yellow portion of the candy corn, and make sure that you really cover all the way around it and you don't leave any spots white that are going to show. As you can see, I'm kind of like working in the teeth. That way there's no weirdness or, places where you can tell that it was white originally. And then with some black paint, I'm going to be adding just some subtle details. At this point, you could take and make your candy corn look super evil and super gruesome if you wanted, or you can kind of leave him in the funny evil category, which is where I went with it. So while he is still kind of evil looking, he also has that cute, funny appearance to him. So it's somewhere in the middle, and that is totally up to you. Or you can do the same design and make him completely cute and have his mouth open, and you wouldn't have to necessarily make it a evil, zigzaggy, toothy mouth. You could keep it really cute. You can look at pumpkin options, because you could simply do this design as a pumpkin as well. You can just adapt it. And I'm going to apply a layer of gel sealer over the background to make that glittery acrylic super glittery, making sure that I don't get any on the mobile piece. And then apply some matte top coat over my little candy corn, and that is it. I hope you guys love this design as much as I do. It really just cracks me up. I love these little mouth moving designs, and I do have a couple in the past that are a little bit more evil. I have a really super evil looking pumpkin and a very, very evil looking skull. So if you want to look at those and get kind of a evil inspiration, those are definitely the ones to check out. So don't forget to look for those, and don't forget to share recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye!